Me and Mariah go back like babies and pacifiers. This little check-in videos. I was in work. I was upstairs doing dishes, and I was just thinking to myself. No, actually, I was downstairs, and I was just thinking to myself. I was like, why haven't I really tried to pursue music or acting or just being an artist altogether? Um, and I have some points and things like that, some fears. I just had it in my head. I was downstairs actually thinking about this, and I think number one is fear. Fear that I'm gonna fail, fear that I'm not good enough or an artist that people wanna be. I have fear that, my songs won't hit. Fear of, just being a failure, without even trying, you know. Number two, people not liking my voice, people not, appreciating my voice or my tone, or, the songs that I make that I put my hard work into, you know what I mean? People not getting my lifestyle, because my lifestyle will come with a lot of backlash, but my lifestyle, people not understanding my story, being compared to other people and comparing myself to other people. What if I don't have the voice like my friends? I know you probably don't know her, but what if I don't have a voice like Diamond or Jalen or Miley Cyrus or Stevie Wonder or Yasani or Beyonce or, Nia? All of these people are my friends, or, and people that I look up to. What if I don't have the voice like the greats, you know what I mean? Will people still appreciate my voice, you know what I mean? I don't have no vocal training, no vocal practice, you know what I mean? And all this comes from home. It started at home. I always wanted to sing all my life. My dad was a musician. My dad he passed that generational blessing down to me and a few generational curses, but be breaking those in the name of Jesus. He was a musician, Grenada. He made it on a TV show. I have yet to make it on a TV show. He has been in the studio. I been in the studio like twice. People supported him. You know what I mean? That was his dream. He's a calypso artist. You know what I mean? That's not a fear like, oh my God, I can't be like my dad. But it's just like, and the reason I'm talking about this, yes, that's what I'm going to say. Somebody told me at the job that I worked at, they always keep saying, you don't want to be a dishwasher all your life, or you don't want to, do dietary work all your life. Like, you're still young. You have a whole life ahead of you. But then they always add, how about you go to school? I don't want to go to school. Yet. I'm not saying I would never want to go to school. God's willing, I will. But I don't want to go to school. What if, why don't you do this and why don't you do, like, music is my passion. Music is my passion, but I'm just so scared of my voice. I overthink my voice, I overthink my acting, I overthink my rapping, I overthink everything. It's always, oh, you're better at acting. Okay, that's true, but I don't want to just do acting. You're better at writing. I just don't want to do writing. I want to be an entertainer, acting, singing, rapping, and writing. Where my strong suits are, my strong suits are, but my talents and my goals and my visions are in rapping, singing, and just having and poetry. You know, I already know my strong suits, but I don't want to limit myself. You know what I mean? I don't want to sell my soul either. You know what I mean? I'm not that hungry for a bag. I'm not that hungry for a check. I'm not hungry for money. You know what I mean? I don't want to do it because of money, although money would be nice. You know what I mean? It's the love and the lust for money. That's the problem. Money is okay. Money is good. Okay, you all need money. Pay your tithes. You know what I mean? Buy stuff. Help people out. Okay, fine. But money is not everything. I don't want to sell my soul, and I don't want to feel pressured. I know I need a lot of work on my voice, and sometimes I feel like I'm on fire for my voice, and then sometimes I don't. And going back to what I was saying earlier, that comes from my home. Like, I was so confident around 2015 or just way back when I used to sing for fun on YouTube, even though it wasn't the best, I came so far. I improved so much with my voice, honestly, and just my overall writing skills and things like that. You know, now I'm using it for God. You know, sometimes like, am I disappointing him? Like, is this really for God? Is it for me? You know what I mean? There's so much, but before I gave my life to God, I was doing so good. Um, I was full of worldly confidence. I would say, you know, I was rapping about this and that, and no fruits at all, no fruits in my raps, and I was confident. You know what I mean? I didn't care what anybody had to tell me. But in the same breath, it was like at home, it was, oh, shut up and be quiet, shut up and be quiet, shut up and be quiet. Oh, like I literally never forget. Me and my mom had moved us into a new home. And my brother and her, and they was talking, and I overheard them in the hallway. And they was just, my brother was just like, I just don't want to room with him. And I think that stuck with me. He was just like, I don't want to room with him because all he does is sing and I don't got time to hear that annoying singing. And my mom was like, yeah, I agree. And she was agreeing with him. And I just remember being in my room just crying, breaking down. But that didn't stop me though. You know what I mean? And I remember just singing, and the neighbors, you know, they used to be like, can you sing for me? You know what I mean? Like every so rarely, you know, people like my voice or gravitate towards my voice, you know, ever so rarely, you know, people tell me about my voice. You know what I mean? It's out of my eyes or my music or my poetry, but singing is just where it's at for me. And I feel like over time, it went from me being confident no matter how I sounded, even though I took constructive criticism, not all the time, not well, but I took it. You know, I went from belting to just suppressing my voice. And the more I suppressed my voice was the more I became silenced. And the more I became silent, it's like now I can't even find my voice. I suppressed my voice. And then now I sound like Mariah Carey when I sing. Just a, you know, what's my voice? You know what I mean? Like, who am I as an artist? I don't want to be like everybody else as an artist. I want you to understand where I pull from artistically, but who am I as an artist? I feel like even when I act, I feel like I can't fully get in character because there's just like this wall. I'm over analyzing. Like, am I good? Will people laugh at me? You know what I mean? And I don't want to do that no more, you know? Even though God's willing, I'm gonna turn 20, and you know, just because I turned 20, it's not like, oh my God, it's like, you know, that's when everything's gonna change. But I really wanna work, and I wanna become an artist, and I wanna chase my dreams. I don't even wanna be a hat, and this is all in God's plans for me because I felt music. I love to be a fisher of men and disciple, but poetry, I've been writing poetry for as long as I can remember, you know what I mean? And you know, I've been trying to sing for as long as I can remember. And, you know, I feel not jealous, but I feel intimidated by people with big voices and things like that. And I love big voices. You know, I feel like I have a big voice myself, but I don't know how to use my voice, control dynamics or anything like that. And it's like, yes, you know, work on YouTube and things like that, but I want somebody to work with me personally, training. And I feel like I'm putting this out there so God can hear me and, you know, he will give the increase if I do my part. But, it's like when I get around people with big voices, it's just like, wow. Or people with small voices that can run and riff, and I'm just like, wow. You know, and there's me, just pitchy and all over the place, and, you know, sometimes I'm a little tone deaf and all these things, but it's just like, dang, like, I just want, God's willing, I just want my time, my moment in the sun. I don't want to be famous or things like that, but I have a message, you know what I mean? And I feel like I can change through God, with purpose, even if it's not a big change. I feel like I can change music. I feel like I can be different. I feel like I just have, I know every artist feels like this, but I feel like I can do it because yeah. I feel like I can be a different type of artist. I just really want to chase my dreams and I really want to put out music, and I'm tired of being scared. I'm tired of, you know, being afraid and boxing in my voice. I have a guitar, I don't even play it, you know what I mean? It's just like, I want to do music so bad that I work these jobs, and then sometimes I'm like, I'm going to save for the studio or save for vocal lessons. I don't even save, you know? But all I know is this is fear. This is fear from the devil. Because at the end of the day, the things that I do now are glorifying God. The raps that I make, I glorify God. acting and skits that I have in my head. I want to glorify God. All these things are to glorify God. And I know music or entertainment is my ministry, or talking to people through song, or just talking to people like this is my ministry. And that's what I want to do. And I know this is something that God will want me to do as well. Because like, even when I was in the world, it was just music. Now that I'm in God, it's in music, and now everything's just changed around. And it's not like God took away my personality. I don't have personality. No, He amplified and modified my personality for Him and the things I like to do for Him. And music never went away. You know what I mean? So I think this summer, God's willing, I really want to put my best foot forward into making at least a demo or EP, or just trying it. So that's just my confession, confession one. We can look back at this at 20 years from now, God's willing, and just I can laugh and we can laugh and things. But yeah, that's just what I want to say right now.